Evening. Welcome to Album a Day Online. My name is Daryl. I am your critic. I want to ask you a question. What is the producer's job? We're talking about music producers. There's a lot of debate on this, and feel free to comment below. In my opinion, I think a music producer or a record producer's job is to rein in the musicians, one. Two, make sure that the time is being used productively. And three, act as a foil for the songwriting process and be able to tell the band that's a good idea, that's not a good idea. So we're now here for an album that I've been promising to review for about 2 weeks now. Weezer's Everything Will Be Alright in the End. This album came out the last quarter of 2014, and it is the best record that Weezer has put out since, if not Pinkerton, which was their second album, released way back in 1996, the best record since 2000's Green album. And then the reason I started this off by asking what's the job of the producer is the reason that this record is as good as it is because of the record producer behind it. Rick Ocasek produced their very first record, produced their comeback record, which was 2000's The Green album, and now is back in the production chair for this. On the song Back to the Shack, which is the first single off of this record, Rivers Cuomo, who's the main songwriter from Weezer, basically admits that he had strayed from the path and had sort of abandoned the fans that had helped them rise to the top of the rock and roll pile. And he wrote a song and wrote a collection of songs that took Weezer back to the sound that made them the band that they are, and certainly to the level of success that they achieved, especially with their very first record, the Blue album. We can go over Weezer's history. We can go over the success of the Blue album, the lack of commercial success for Pinkerton, however, the musical masterpiece that it was, the disillusion and dissolvement of the band for several years, the return with the Green album in 2000 and the Warped Tour, and how the story of Weezer became almost mystical, almost like something out of a Tolkien tale where trolls were standing around the fire talking of the conquests, and people would say, "Did you see Weezer back when they were touring? Man, they were great. Oh yeah, these new bands that are doing the pop rock, sort of punk rock type thing, the surf rock type thing. They got nothing to Weezer. You kids these days, 6 years ago in the heyday when Weezer was making music, that was the time, man." And they kept Weezer's flame alive. And they have been making albums and touring ever since their reformation back in 2000. There's been breaks here and there, but they are an active band and have been for many, many years now. In fact, they're coming up on their 22nd anniversary, at least being a label, record producing band. They've been together much longer than that. Rivers Cuomo has been in bands and making music since the late 90s. He used to be in a couple metal bands, but that's neither here nor there. What is so great about Everything Will Be Alright in the End? Well, the craftsmanship, the poignancy of the songs, and the experimentation of the songs. The last track is kind of this Queen-inspired, prog rock-inspired mashup of all the things that make Weezer great, as well as all the things that they have been trying to do for the last 15 years. And on this record, I think they finally got it right. And there's a perfect blend on Everything Will Be Alright in the End of the stuff from their past that made them so great and the stuff that can keep them relevant as they move into the future. Rivers Cuomo writes great pop rock songs. Get in, get out, verse, chorus, verse, leave them wanting more, and leave them humming along, because that is what's so great about Weezer. There's so many of their songs are very rememberable and very hummable after you've heard them even just one time. So, if you have been a fan of Weezer in the past and sort of been disappointed with their output over the last 10 years or so, I can very confidently tell you that you will not be disappointed with Everything Will Be Alright in the End. Because when you purchase this record, Everything will be all right in the end. And if the X factor for Weezer is Rick Ocasek, my hat's off to you, sir. You are an excellent record producer, and you're doing your job of bringing out the best of the songwriting skills of Rick Ocasek does great doing job of bringing out the songwriting skills of Rick Ocasek. Rick, you're doing a great job of bringing out the best of Rivers Cuomo. And Rivers, keep doing what you're doing, man, because you're making great music. Weezer, everything will be all right in the end, is very much worth your money. Weezer are on a little bit of a break right now, but they'll be doing a bunch of stuff in the summer. Starting in June, they'll be touring. They're all over the United States. I didn't see any dates on their website, but Weezer.com is where to get more news about the band Weezer. How many times can I say Weezer in this 6-minute, 7-minute review? And don't forget down below to like, subscribe, share, and leave some comments. What's your favorite Weezer record? What's your favorite Weezer song? Is the job of a producer to help them make good music, or is it to help them make commercial music? I hope that a producer will always err on the side of musical integrity. Well, I always hope musicians will also err on the side of musical integrity. But I don't begrudge any musicians for making a living making music. I just don't have to like the music they make. So, my name's Daryl. I've been your critic. Go out into the world, discover new music, and for goodness sakes, go get yourself a good pair of headphones to go with that ridiculous little device you listen to music on. You'll hear a world of difference. Rock on with your socks on.